there, it's Veronica Edwards, the full-time realtor located right here in Central Florida. And I'm bringing you another great guest this morning, a top professional in her field, Gwen Keene with Looks to Sell, the #1 staging company located right here in Central Florida. Hey, Glenn, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, well, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. We all do.
Yeah,
Please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in staging.
sure. Okay. Well, I'm actually a native Floridian, and my background is actually in social work. I was a social worker for years, and then decided to get my real estate license, and I joined Looks to Sell 3 years ago. Started out just doing part-time projects, and I found my passion, my talent in it. I kind of hung up my real estate license and decided to become a full-time home stager, and actually put myself through an accredited home staging resource group program, and dedicated myself to this. And I like that I had the real estate background because it helps me as a home stager come in with that buyer's perspective.
Yeah.
And to tell you a little bit about Looks to Sell, Looks to Sell actually just celebrated its 14-year anniversary.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know
I know,
that.
I know. It's
Wow.
amazing. And it was created by Corey Grayson, who is a local realtor. And she actually created it out of the need. It was during the housing crisis. And so she saw a need for homes that needed to separate themselves from the competition. And that's how it began.
You guys have perfected this, I tell you
Yes.
what. You're 14 years. I appreciate it. Well, also, speaking of different times, during this pandemic we're going through, I see you guys are now offering virtual consultations. How does that work?
Sure. Yes. Like so many other businesses have had to adjust and accommodate during this time. So we are offering virtual consults. How that works is a seller or realtor can submit photos, a video walkthrough of the property. We do FaceTime calls or Zoom meeting, and I gather all my notes from that, and I provide a written consultation report. And can also do like a FaceTime call with the seller, and it'll come with my recommendations, whether it's, what do they need to declutter, maybe rearranging or removal of some furniture, removal or rearranging of artwork, accessories. We can discuss color and sometimes curb appeal too.
Wow.
So it's been effective during this time.
Yeah, I bet. I can only imagine.
Yes.
That's huge. Thanks for offering that. One of the other things I do love about your company is, for example, as a realtor, I don't have to necessarily have a $300,000 or $500,000 listing. I know you guys will come in and do partial staging at a more affordable fee, so it doesn't eat up all my commission. Can you elaborate a little bit on this?
Sure. Yes. So one thing that I love about our company is that, and Corey's obviously built this up over 14 years, is that we have a variety of inventory. We actually have 7 warehouse units of inventory.
Oh.
And so it can complement any style of home, and also at any price point. We have the inventory to provide that. So what I do is when I preview a property, I will provide a staging proposal, and it gives different options. So, for example, maybe you just want to stage the living area. So that'll be at one price, or living area plus the master suite, or the entire house.
Okay.
Maybe, but what I've offered this year is mini staging, or some call it light touch or soft staging.
Okay.
And so that's been great. It's an affordable option. Sometimes a realtor will just provide that as part of their listing package. They can say, I have a home stager on my team, and we'll do a mini staging for your vacant. And that's just, it's a flat fee. And I bring in kitchen and bathroom accessories, some artwork, some plants, maybe a rug or here, there. And the inventory stays in that listing for the duration of the listing, and then we come and pull it.
Yeah, that's great. That's
It
really
is.
nice. So
It is because it provides just enough warmth for a vacant home. So a
yeah.
buyer's not just walking into starkness.
Right. So you would never recommend leaving a house empty under any, always do something.
That's true. I think that any house coming on the market should
Mhm.
have some type of
Mhm.
staging in there. It shows great in pictures. It presents well in
Mhm.
person.
Yes, I believe that too.
Yeah.
And I also heard that stage homes sell for more and faster. And in my experience with you guys, I've seen that happen many times. What's your opinion about?
Yes, I have seen that happen many times. We have a lot of great success stories with that. One just happened recently. We were just talking about this the other day that a home here in Ormond Beach actually was listed with a realtor for 9 months, had no staging in it. Um,
Mhm.
the seller listed it with another realtor who recommended looks to sell to come in and stage prior to putting it back on the market. And we definitely had some recommendations too for some colors that were, in there that needed to change up.
Mhm.
And within 2 weeks, full price
Wow.
offer. And the realtor actually told me they ended up having multiple offers. So
Wow.
yeah, so the seller was super happy, and he's a believer now.
Yeah, that you guys are great. I've seen it with my own eyes. That's awesome. Well,
And
that's
there's actually statistics out there.
Mhm.
There was the National Association Realtor Survey 2019.
Uh-huh.
They surveyed homes, and they came back with a staged home typically
Mhm.
sells 72% faster than your unstaged neighbor. And also you can see anywhere from like a 6 to 25% higher uh, uh, end up price. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I've seen it, and
Yeah.
that's
And
why I
they
like.
generally
Mhm.
appraise higher too. Staged homes generally appraise higher.
Well, yeah, like that one we just did with you. It
Yes.
blew it out of the park. I mean, that was
That
great.
was awesome.
It was. Yeah, that's just terrific. Well, who does normally pay for the staging, or is there a norm like the realtor, the
So, okay, so typically on vacant homes, there is no normal.
yeah.
Sometimes the seller will take on the investment. Sometimes the realtor does, and then sometimes I've seen where they'll split it.
Yeah.
They'll split
Okay.
the investment. Now on occupied homes, like your staging consultations or a mini staging, I typically or normal, I would say the realtor
Yeah, and
does.
that's what I
Yeah,
usually always cover.
yeah.
So good. Well, since we're in midway through 2020, what is some of the top staging trends in 2020?
So the top staging trend, believe it or not, is creating a calm space.
You're so cute.
Mindful living is the coined term right now, mindful living. And so how that translates as me as a stager is that it's my job to create those emotional connection points
Mhm.
within a home. Buyers are looking for, I want to come home, I want to de-stress, or they were spending more time in the homes now.
Yeah.
So that for me, that's bringing a neutral palette. The trend also is bringing nature in, bringing a lot of greenery in.
Okay.
Um, and then also, creating like a little reading nook or a place where you're going to have a yoga mat and you're going to just zen out.
Yeah, that's cute though. I like that trend. It's
Yes.
really
Yeah.
nice. Oh, I can't wait to see some of them. So, how much notice do you recommend when contacting you? For example, I get a new listing. I want the stager to come in before the photographer, pretty much from start to finish. How much of a
That's a
notice?
great question. That's
Right.
a great question. Yes. So, on vacant homes where we need time to curate the space, pull inventory, make arrangements with movers,
Mhm.
I prefer 7 days notice. Once we're in there, typically it'll take 2 days, 2 to 3 days maybe, to completely have it show ready.
Okay.
Typically 2 days, I guess, once we're in there and ready for pictures. Your staging consults or just mini staging, a few days notice will be able to accommodate that. And just like with real estate, it ebbs and flows. Sometimes we're working on multiple projects at one time. Sometimes we'll just have one for the week. So,
Easter
you know,
famine.
yeah.
I like. So, do you have any staging tips, advice that we could do on our own?
Sure. So, I always recommend, if possible, on vacants or occupied homes, is having it professionally cleaned.
Mm,
Um, and then on occupied homes, you want to have all your personal items, hidden underneath the cabinets, and, any of the clutter,
mm,
clean spaces on the counters. Obviously colors, if you've just got that purple wall,
mm,
we may need to revisit that, getting a neutral palette in there. And then I always recommend, to my sellers, if they're living there, is go ahead and pack up those collections.
mm,
Buyers are nosy,
mm.
and we don't want them focusing on the stuff. We want them focusing on the flow of the house and the features of the house. So let's go ahead and remove that. And if
Oh,
you're not using it, go ahead, pack it up, put it on the side of the garage wall.
mm.
Buyers will like to see the moving boxes. They
Yeah,
know you're motivated.
gonna pack it anyways, so might as well do it now.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great advice.
Yeah.
Well, look, someone looking for your services, what's the best way to reach you?
Okay, so I would say the best way to get my contact information and also see examples of our work
Oh, great.
is I'm on Facebook. It's Gwen Keen Looks to Sell.
Okay.
You can go on there. I'm on Instagram as Gwen Keen. I post all our staging projects on there, and it has all my contact information. Message me, email. I'll get back quickly.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This has been so informative. Really was a
Wonderful.
great time. I appreciate you joining us. And
Okay.
well, thank you, everyone. I hope you
Thank you
have a
so
great
much.
day. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye,
All
Gwen.
right. Bye.